If you have lost a loved one and feel emotional or physical suffering, if you're worried that some of your coping abilities, overdrinking, using drugs, or other behaviors are starting to take hold, if you're filled with stress and overwhelm, not knowing how to move forward from this loss, and if you have no idea what life should look like as you rebuild without your loved one, I'm here for you. I know what you are going through. We all have those pivotal people in our lives whose loss shakes us to our very foundation, where we can't imagine living life without them. If any of this feels true for you, you are not alone. The reality of grief is that not all deaths are the same. Some we see coming with old age or a long illness, but others, a sudden accident, suicide, a shocking, unexpected goodbye. These losses bring a different kind of grief, one that settles deep into the body and nervous system, one that takes more than time to heal. Sudden loss creates shock and trauma in the nervous system, keeping you in a state of fight or flight and overworking your adrenals. You will know that this is you if you cannot sleep, if your hands tremble, or your heart beats faster than before. And it's important to know that you can shift this energy and heal it spiritually. There is a hidden cost of unhealed grief. The cost of living with unhealed grief shows up everywhere, in divorces and fractured families, with low performance at work that can lead to job loss. It can show up as aches and pains that quietly turn into chronic illness. Left unhealed, grief can cost tens of thousands of dollars, but more than that, it costs a lifetime of peace. Unhealed grief shows up everywhere, in relationships, finances, health, and your overall well-being. I know this because I've lived it. I lost my dear friend and little sister within a short time of each other. Their deaths cracked me open. At first, I thought I could simply get through it, but the pain was bigger than that. Through my own healing, spiritual and emotional, I discovered a path forward that not only transformed my grief, but created an entirely new life direction. And I watched people I loved stay stuck for years, their potential swallowed by complicated grief, and made worse with addictions. That's when I knew I was called to help others heal grief. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Diana Palm, a medium and spiritual healer. Before the loss of my dear friend and little sister, I saw ghosts. I provided spiritual healing services and cleared haunted properties. I began that path in 1995 when I was on a spiritual pilgrimage to Bosnia, and a healing priest told me that this was my calling. But just because I randomly saw ghosts, ones that needed my help, I didn't know how to connect with my loved ones in the afterlife yet. But this became my new life purpose, because I needed to see my loved ones. I needed to know that they were okay and that they were still with me. This took me deep into afterlife research and decades of paranormal work and mediumship. And just like that, my new life purpose emerged. My initial desire was to heal my grief and make sure my loved ones were okay. But sharing what I learned with others, that turned into my new life's purpose. When I began working directly with the bereaved, I saw how traditional therapy often fell short. Many of my clients came to me still medicated for losses that happened 20 years earlier. Grief doesn't just live in the mind. It lives in the body. It lives in the energy field. What I offer isn't only a mindset shift. It's deep spiritual healing that releases trauma at the emotional and energetic level. My client James said, after years of therapy and medication, one session with Diana brought a peace I didn't think was possible. If you thought grief would lessen with time, but you still feel numb, lost, or angry, I want to personally invite you to connect with me, and I will be honest about the path that fits you best. In a private session, you will experience one-on-one support to gently release the weight of grief and open your heart to reconnect with your loved one in spirit. RECONNECT is a 9-week, in-depth personalized journey where I walk beside you every step of the way. Together, we'll heal the energetic and emotional impact of your loss so that you can create a life filled with purpose, peace, and continued connection with the one you love. With Griefies, you'll start healing right now with step-by-step spiritual lessons and guided meditations designed to bring comfort, clarity, and peace anytime, anywhere. And it includes the same 9 spiritual assignments from RECONNECT. Right now, take the first step. Click on the link below to schedule a short call with me. Together, we'll talk about where you are, how grief is affecting your life, and what level of healing you need to transform your grief into the next chapter of your life, a chapter filled with peace, connection, and purpose. You do not have to do this alone. Your loved one is still with you, and I'm here to guide and support you as you heal. If you have questions for me, put them in the comments below. Thank you so much for being here and watching.